I know this happened many months ago and pretty much the whole internet reacted to it already, but I felt for such an iconic, meme-worthy esports moment, I needed to put a recap on the channel. So join me as I recount the world's greatest reverse pop-off. My name is Hot Soup, and this is a re-kappa.
On Soup.
The event is Get On My Level 2022. What an awesome name for a tournament, by the way. It featured a few fighting games, but it's mainly focused on Super Smash Brothers. We're looking at the first round of the winner's top 8 bracket in the Super Smash Brothers Mele tournament. It features the legend himself, Hungrybox, going up against one of the top players in the game today, iBDW, also known as Cody, which is what I'm going to use to call him because saying iBDW a bunch of times is a bit of a tongue twister. From the little research I did, these guys do know each other well from playing competitively. Cody has actually beaten Hungrybox on more than one occasion in the past year. I don't know if they're friends or anything, but there doesn't seem to be any hate or ill will here. Before we get to the pop-off, I'm going to sidetrack a little bit and talk about this one thing not often mentioned about this incident. It's a quirky rules dispute that came up in the middle of their match. As you can see, Hungrybox playing Jigglypuff in this first game is constantly jumping off the ledge, floating, and then re-grabbing it. Now, this is a tactic in Smash Brothers Mele. It's called planking, named after a player named Plank who started doing this first, if you wanted to know. It's where you constantly jump off the ledge and re-grab the platform to either regroup your thoughts, or put off your opponent's timing for ledge defenses, or just waste time. This was notoriously abused to win matches by timeout. Basically, the person with the stock lead would just constantly do this until time ran out. So most tournaments implemented a limit to ledge grabbing in order to combat planking. So as I mentioned, Hungrybox did this a lot in Game 1. And right after he takes the win in this first game, Cody has something to say. Now, I'm going to recount what was said here between the players because the commentators are speaking over all of it, and it can be hard to make out what's being said.
Here in this set, is Cody going to be able to...
Hey, check the stats. What? Check the stats. How many ledge grabs? It's only on timeouts. No, it doesn't matter. The ledge grab limit applies without a timeout too. Check it. Right now. Check it right now. So the way to check if the limit has been violated is after a match is complete, you scroll down to the cliffhangers endgame stat, and that's the ledge grab number. You can see it on the screen here, 36 by Hungrybox. Now, it doesn't seem like there's a consensus in the Smash Brothers community on what the limit should be. I read it's typically between 30 and 50, which is why I think Cody here calls for a TO to enforce the rule, because he's under that assumption. As they're staring at the screen, I think someone from the crowd yells out 45 to Hungrybox. So Hungrybox says to Cody, it's 45. He also looks at the TO and says 45?
In paradise.
I like this. This is a strategy.
This guy with the headset comes out with the face that says, oh boy, I don't want to be out here. And I think tells both of them right away that Hungrybox didn't hit the limit. His face. It leads to Hungrybox mugging for the camera here, obviously satisfied with the answer, and he's ready to keep playing. Cody, however, can't believe it. He's beside himself. He seems to ask what the actual limit is. This dude is like, oh, maybe I should have came out here with that info. I'm going to go back behind the curtain and find that out.
Getting the okay, even though he leveraged it pretty hard, it was not enough.
He doesn't know. It's 45. I don't know what it is.
I think we're waiting for a ledge grab limit ruling. It seems like HBox was within the limit, but Cody thinks that it's close.
Know your limit, play within it, as they say. HBox, I think
the crowd is obviously getting restless. This guy is like flexing for the camera. This other guy can't sit down. He's at the edge of his seat, literally.
Of course, but, it did work out for him. And I also respect Cody going like, hey, is this in the rules? Let's make sure.
Yeah, I think if he's going to be sitting in for a slow set, he might as well make sure that he has everything at his disposal to do it. So we're going to get the ruling on LGL right.
So headset guy comes back out and says 80, which Hungrybox can't help laughing at because the number's so far away from the 36 that he did. Cody's completely flabbergasted. Right here, Hungrybox tries to confirm what the next map is. A frustrated Cody turns to him and says, you literally can't get 80. You can stall with ledge grabs. So if you want the win, go ahead. Good shit. Did you say you can't get 80? Like, you're not going to get 80 ledge grabs. If you want to stall out good shit, you win. Hungrybox, I guess, is trying to process this. I can't hear what he said to the headset guy here. Probably something like, dude, I think he said he wants to forfeit? What? Maybe you should just beat him instead because that's what we're all paid to be here for. Oh, right. Good point. That's what I'm going to do as a professional player. Props to Cody. He did eventually calm down and agreed to go on with the game. However, he did insist on the last word. Cody says in this exchange, 60. 60 with the timeout, 40 without is the standard rule. Both of those numbers are above 36, so I'm not sure why he bothered to say that. Hungrybox doesn't seem to care. Play resumes.
Right now, GOML might be getting
I thought that whole thing was super interesting. Nothing to do with the reverse pop-off coming up, but it was a fun exchange.
He just kind of has to focus in the present, not focus on the rule set. Obviously, I can understand his frustration, but, you know, in the moment, this is how he's got to play it out.
Let's fast forward to why we're all here. They're now in Game 5. It's actually very close. They're both on their last stock. Hungrybox has a slight lead. Hungrybox is well known for his pop-offs, and that is what the crowd is anticipating if Hungrybox wins here. Here's just a few examples of his pop-offs in the past. And of course, this recap wouldn't be complete without showing his probably most well-known pop-off when he did it on stream and he fainted in his room.
Yes! Oh no. Yeah! Yeah, mother... Back here, and then I went to ledge. God damn it, I need to know not to go to ledge there! I never... Okay, so right here, I realized I lost. And in my head, I'm like, okay, do I actually commit to this? Like, do I just say fuck it? I know I'm dead here. Like, I know there's no chance. And so I'm thinking about it. I jump up and I'm like, yep, fuck it. Let's do it. Fuck it. And that's gonna
be it! There you go. The reverse pop-off to head off Hungrybox and his own pop-off. Hungrybox is very confused. He seems to take it his stride, and then this happens. Cody's about to faint here. I'm sure the blood rush and the adrenaline drain didn't help anything. He manages to grab onto HBox for dear life. They trade some nice words, and, you know, HBox goes on to celebrate his victory. All in all, a wholesome prank delivered by Cody. I thought it was pretty great, and it will be, I think, infamous for all of esports. I've already seen some crazy memes out there. Here's another angle from the crowd. He's just so confused. I love it.
Oh my god.
An insane sequence. Both players kind of playing in a bit of an unorthodox way. I've never seen someone go for the reverse pop-off, but there was a lot of stuff that he really did, man. That's just so funny to see.
Well, folks, that's all I got. Hungrybox goes on to win the whole tournament. Internet creates tons of content from this. Mele actually gets some attention on the news cycles. I thought that was great too. I mean, I'm not much of a Smash fan, but I appreciate the skill involved in playing at that level. The finger dexterity required alone is very impressive. If you like this recap, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Every click goes a really long way for me. If you want to see more, please also consider subscribing and all that stuff. I'll see you all on the floating platforms. Not really. Hot soup out.